Coming to you live, hosted in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Plenty of Feet podcast, hosted by the one and only Daddy Goodz. Keep your toes up, baby, while we take over the metaverse. Umbrella, my Cruella, when I'm stepping, I said it first. He got what you want, he got what you need. It's Daddy Goodz podcast, that's Plenty of Feet. Pull up to the studio before they get down. Throw your feet up, you need us, we in your set now. Holding it down cause we in demand, straight to the ceiling fan, look at the OnlyFans, baby, we chasing, baby. Mama could say that she meant it, you gonna regret it when you ain't a part of the dance. Your toes up, baby, while we take over the metaverse. Umbrella, my Cruella, when I'm stepping, I said it first. He got what you want, he got what you need. It's Daddy Goodz podcast, that's Plenty of Feet.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? We got. Oh, wait, where's my? All right, there we go. We got the applause going. I told y'all I'm rusty right now. Today we got the wonderful Gambler. Why is that laugh track still going? We got the wonderful GamblerGirl. How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be back on the POF pod and back on the ones and twos, and very excited that my first guest back is you. So shout out to you for that. I appreciate you jumping in on the whim on the podcast today, and I think it's only right because you have been dropping all kinds of content every day, probably for like what, the last how many years?
Actually, I just started like in July of the summer. Yeah.
July of the summer last year.
Yep. So not even a full year yet.
How in the world did it all begin?
Well, well, to get started, I have had many guys in my life say that I have pretty feet, like random strangers, past like relationships. Literally just people have told me my whole life that they just love my feet. And in high school, I used to like go on like Omegle and sell like pictures of my feet, like just like every once in a while. It wasn't like an all the time thing, but yeah, I was like doing like, so I'm a hairstylist, so I was always like doing hair and stuff. And I was like, you know what, like I should like get back into doing that, like, and actually like dive into it. And I was always seeing like girls pop up like on my Instagram and stuff of like doing feet as well, and I was like, wow, like I love that. Like I want to start like posting and stuff because so many people would give me like compliments, and I just started posting pictures and they literally just took off.
What was your first thought when you were on Omegle and people would be asking you for the feet pictures and whatnot?
I don't know, like it's been so normalized to me. Like I feel like I've known about feet stuff like since I was like born. Like honestly, like maybe because I'm a foot fetish like myself. So I just think, I don't know, it's just so normal to me.
Would you say that it's for guys and girls or just girls?
Oh, for both.
Yeah. No, I hear that a lot. I hear that like once it's, you know, just like the feet in general, it's like, oh, I like that. Whether it's a guy or a girl or whatever the case may be, it's just the look and how it appears to the person. Yeah,
it's just so much fun, just like diving into this fetish and this community, and the people in it are just so cool. And I don't know, it's like my favorite job ever.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're in the digital age right now, so like anything geared towards staying digital, I feel like that's the way it goes. And you know, me personally, I'm like, man, you know, I'm doing what I do for work every day, and I'm like, man, I just want to do digital stuff though. You know, that's where it all is now.
Yeah, I agree. Like, but it takes a lot of work. Like, so many people like downplay it, which is crazy. And they're like, oh, like you just do feet pics and stuff and get to hang out all day. And it's like, no, it's not like that. It's so much time and effort and work, and it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And like before we even got started with this podcast, you were like, "Oh, I'm, just catching up on customs. I'm setting up lighting, doing all kinds of pictures and whatnot." And I mean, how much work did that take?
Oh my gosh. I have this whiteboard. Since I have ADHD, like I cannot keep track of anything to save my life. So this whiteboard literally works wonders. So I write everybody's names down, where they're talking to me from, because I have so many sources of Twitter and Reddit and TikTok and OnlyFans and Instagram and Telegram and literally everything. So I have everybody written down, and then I have to like set up lighting, and then not only that, but people send me scripts I have to memorize and outfits and like certain ways they want me to wear my hair, certain ways I have to talk in the video. So it's just insane. And like, and trying to remember it is so hard. And then trying to do it 1,000 times. And then after a while, it feels like unauthentic. So you have to like give it 10 minutes, go like get a snack or something, come back to it. So you're like fresh onto doing it again.
I mean, you are literally listing the blueprint on what it takes to be a foot model in the world, aren't you?
Oh, definitely. I want to like start like consulting other girls as well, like on how to do it. Like, cause so many girls like ask me, "Hey, like, how are you doing so good?" Or like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, what's your work ethic?" And like I have it in my head so good that I could just like easily break it down.
Yeah, I feel you. And I mean, you're nailing it because work ethic is exactly what it takes. And, when you think about, coming up with some kind of a instruction or tutorial class or just something where you can have people come and learn exactly what it is that you're doing. Do you feel like this is an idea that is just stemming from doing foot modeling?
Um, so what idea is stemming from foot modeling?
Just being able to have like a digital course that people can follow, because I feel like when you're a business person and you have any kind of entrepreneurial niche, because you said you also do hair, like has it ever crossed your mind before foot modeling?
Oh, like, yeah, I would love to like I was thinking like the way I would do it is like doing like video calls maybe with other girls, or setting up like a Zoom of like a certain time and that they can all like join in, and it totally does like tie into hair, because there are like online hair courses and stuff where people like join in Zooms and like do like hair cutting stuff, especially like during COVID and stuff. So that became like a really, really big deal of just like Zoom learning and stuff like that. So yeah, I was totally thinking about making like an online course or something like that, or maybe more like a one-on-one video call. That way they can ask questions as well, because like it's so hard like with this business just to like lay everything out like dot 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 dot, here's the bullet points, now go, like like I feel like it's so individualized, that people need to ask questions of what they want.
Right. Do you feel like it's so in depth that it's going to take days and days to teach somebody how to do this?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yes and no. I could like lay it out for somebody like on like an Excel spreadsheet, and that would take like a day, and they would probably come back and be like, "Okay, now I have 100,000 questions. I want to do this specific thing. Like, let me ask a question about this." And and it's just so specific to what the person wants, the fetishes, the niches, how much time they want to spend doing it, like what their actual personal life is like too. Because personally, I have no personal life. I don't hang out with friends. I don't go out. I don't do literally anything. I'm home like all day, every day. This is my full time thing.
Okay, so this is your full-time thing, and you actually bring me into the next thing I wanted to talk about. It's when you're not doing foot modeling, what is it that Gambler Girl likes to do?
Foot modeling.
You're like, I don't like to do anything else but foot modeling. Man, that's fire though. That's fire. I'm like, man, she's like crushing this whole other topic right away. She's like, I don't
Oh
do
my.
anything whatsoever. I feel you
Yeah,
though.
when I'm not doing foot modeling, I'm literally doing foot model or sleeping, I guess.
But
um,
like, if somebody were to call you right now, like one of your everyday friends, somebody that is not a fan of yours, like what would y'all talk about?
oh, that never happens. I don't really have many friends in my life. I mean, I'm so work, work, work that I just kind of like gave up social life. But I guess I like singing. I do make music. The music name is personal, so I'm not giving out the music name because I don't want to tie those in. But yeah, I do make music. I'm a singer. Um, I used to do hair, and now that I stopped hair, I mean, I just basically do my own hair, and that's about it. Honestly, I just foot model all day, every second that I'm awake.
When is the last time Gambler Girl hit the slots? That's what I gotta know.
Literally, like, so since I moved, I was living in California, and I moved across the country to Florida. And California, is so close to Vegas, is so close to all of the gambling places and gambling stuff to do. So now that I'm on the other side of the country, it gets a little lonely over here, a little boring with the whole gambling. So when I first started, I was going to the casino and gambling and doing like scratch tickets and learning like poker and stuff. But now I just have the name and there's no gambling.
So would you say that your digital content creation kind of started with the gambling stuff a little bit?
I never really like took pictures in a casino, or I never really like.
Like, I don't want nobody to see me in my worst moment right now. I'm losing.
That's so funny. Yeah, literally. Like, I don't know. I just came up with the name one day. I was super into gambling, and I was just like, I guess Gambler Girl. Like, that's all I can think of.
I feel you. No, that's a good name though. But like just off rip, when I see that name, I'm thinking because I follow like different gambling influencers and whatnot. And I want to say that's how you came across my algorithm. So when I see the name Gambler Girl, like I'm pretty sure just off a rip, I'm thinking like, oh, this is a person who's doing feet content at the casino, like feet up on the slot machines and whatnot. That's first thing that comes to mind.
Max bet, max bet, max bet, max bet.
Max bet. $20 bets by the Gambler Girl. I feel you on that. I feel you. Yeah, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But that's cool that you just like the name and you run with the name, and that's just that's the MO. That's the MO. Have you ever thought of using any other name, or do you feel like the name Gambler Girl has some kind of a metaphoric meaning in your life?
I did think of that as well. Like, I don't know, when I think of like Gambler Girl, I'm like, I don't even know how to word it correctly, but I feel like people always say like, "Oh, are you gambling with me?" Like, and I'm like, gambling whether you're talking to me or not. Like, I don't know, like stuff like that. Like sometimes it feels metaphoric as well. But um my name is Gigi, so I don't know if I have that in my bio or not. I don't tell like a lot of people, but yeah, my name's Gigi.
Shout out to Gigi. Well, Gigi, shall we do our first foot marshal?
Yes.
All right, shout out. Shout out to the people viewing this podcast live right now. We got Gambler Girl Gigi on the podcast, and we are so appreciative. Shout out to the people watching us live again. We got official DJ Frylock. What's up, bro? We got Dr. Jasmine in the comments. We got Demonizer. He says she don't even gamble. Sorry, man. She don't even gambling tutorials coming soon. Timothy, what's up, Timothy? We got him in the comments. William Anthony Bennett, Street Champ. Shout out to my folks, Street Champs. William Lewis, Arj. I think Matthew again. If you're here watching this live, drop a comment for the Gambler Girl. She is a smart girl for not gambling. I mean, that's actually that's leading me to my next talking point. Actually, come to think of it, did you hear about Bruno Mars and his gambling debt with MGM? Totally off topic. Well, kind of.
I haven't. I'm really like not up to date with like things happening in
Entertainment news and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. All right, so let me just kind of bring this up real quick. Bruno Mars, he's got $50 million in gambling debt with the MGM in Las Vegas, and My question is, now that since we're talking a little bit about gambling and whatnot, is it crazy that somebody could be that rich and be in $50 million of gambling debt?
That is insane.
That is insane, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Wow. But I feel like he could pay it off easy. Like he's rich and famous.
I know, right? Elvis Presley, he was stuck at the Hilton hotel in Las Vegas, believe, because he was in gambling debt. Somebody could fact check me on that, by the way, but he was in gambling debt, and that's why he was in Las Vegas doing a residency for so long. And I'm like, man, no, they got Bruno, no.
Oh my gosh. That would suck, honestly.
Yeah, no, totally it would. But like somebody said, you're a smart girl because you don't even gamble. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with gambling. I mean, everybody has their vice and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm glad it was getting addicting for a while, and I totally had to cut back. I was like, oh, let's not do this. Let's stop here. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I mean, I think we've all been at that point where you're in the casino and you win a little bit of money, and the next thing you know, you're like, this isn't really fun anymore. And then you see all the signs that are posted everywhere, like problem gambling. I'm like, yeah, I low key do. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
and just and getting drunk, and you want to keep going, and you're like, this is fun, throwing away my money, take it.
For sure. So, your favorite part of being in Florida, would you say, is that it's more peaceful, less chaotic as like the gambling life and whatnot?
You know, I have such mixed things. I always change my mind back and forth. I was in awe, and like I was like, whoa, this place is crazy. So green, and trees, and nature, and water, and but I don't know, like, but boredom a little bit. I'm kind of like bored. It feels weird and unusual to me. At first I was so excited since it was so new,
Yeah.
but I think I'm only going to be out here temporarily. I'm
Mm.
kind of thinking I want to go back to California.
Or maybe you can start living the van life and you could just travel around.
That would be so cool too. But I don't know if I would do that. I get sketched out really easily, like staying in like RV parks or like I don't know. I would have to like become a badass and have like hella guns and like ninja stars on me.
Man, I mean, I don't know. That might be where we're all headed because I don't know. You've been seeing a lot of things in the news lately about aliens and apocalyptic type of events happening. And I'm like, man, is that where we're headed? Where we're going to be heavily armed and having to watch our back 24/7? Do you ever think about stuff like that?
You know, yes, I feel like guns and all of this like violence is like crazy lately. I hope aliens come, honestly. I feel like if aliens come, like, I don't know, I'll be like beep bop boop, like, hey guys, like take me away. Like, I don't know.
Imagine that's how they actually talk. Beep, bop, boop.
Maybe.
I'm like, Gambler Girl taught me your language, man. Shout out to her.
Yeah, aliens are cool.
Yeah, that would be totally crazy though. And I don't know, man. I feel like if that were to happen, I mean, what are we gonna do? There's like absolutely nothing that we can do.
I don't know. I think they're cool. I think if there's a hypothetical chance of aliens, I think they would be pretty cool. And I don't know. I feel like they just like know better, maybe. But like, who am I to say? Like, I'm a human, and they probably think I'm an alien, and they probably think that I know better than them, and I have more technology than them because everything on here on Earth is unfamiliar to them, which would seem like we're smarter to them, which would seem like a threat. So we would have to like figure out a way to like be friends with them and let them know that we're actually dumb as a species. I personally think.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they definitely would probably feel like we're done as a species. But you're right. Who knows? Maybe we're the aliens to them, and they do think that we're pretty cool. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of interesting technology that is unexplainable, like the unidentified aircrafts. Like, how is it that they move the way that they move? They know something that we don't know, and maybe we know stuff that they don't know. Yeah, we got you back. We got you back. Are you there? Can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. You gotta turn the mic back on. Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yep, yep, yep. We got you now. We got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that's what happens when we do podcasts on the phones. You get a phone call, you're like, oh no.
It literally happens to me like 1,000 times a day. The worst is like I'll be recording like a custom, and I forget that do not disturb does like exists on my phone. So like I'll be like doing a custom video, and it'll be like, oh, do 10 minutes, and like at like 9 minutes, somebody will try to Skype me or call me on Telegram or something, and I'll be like, dang it, like, I have to like redo the video now.
You must get a lot of random calls.
Oh my gosh. Literally, I feel like I have like a trillion messages a day. And like on every platform, my phone is constantly blowing up. Like that's why I have two. I'm thinking about getting a third one. That way I can have a personal phone. But I don't really have much of a personal life to invest in a personal phone. So.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But I know that you're, you know, you're about a lot of stuff, and I know like there's probably certain things that you don't say on social media and whatnot. But do you ever talk about your tattoos on social media?
I do actually. People ask me a lot. I have like tons of tattoos. I have, as you can see, like foot tattoos. Tons of tattoos. I did my whole arms myself. Not this big one here. But and then I have this forehead tattoo. I know I'm so crazy.
That's the most unique one right there.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say?
inside of my ear, behind my ear. I'm just covered.
Would you say that there's any like particular meaning to the tattoo on the forehead, or was it more of just a design?
So let's tell you the story real quick.
Yes.
This one girl came to my house. I barely knew her. I used to have house parties all the time where people would just like come to my house and stuff. And this one girl, like we were like drunk, and like she drew like this design on my forehead in eyeliner. And like I had it on for like 3 days. I was like going to work, and people were like, "What the hell is on your forehead?" And I'm like, "This girl like drew it on my head. I love it." And they're like, "What the fuck? She's crazy." I'm like, "I love it. I want it." And so like my other friend came over a few days later, and she's an artist, and I was like, "Hey girl, like I have this design on my head. It's in eyeliner. It's like 3 days ago, and it's like barely there. Can you come tattoo it on my forehead?" She was like, are you kidding? She's like, "I've never tattooed before." I'm like, "But you can draw. Come on over." And she was like, "You're insane." And I was like, "Come on, we can get drunk and do it." So we got super drunk off this like kombucha like drink. Like I don't know.
You got drunk off kombucha. Shout out to GamblerGirl. She don't drink anything carbonated, obviously. No, I'm playing.
And she took my head and like yanked it back like in my kitchen and just started going at it. And I was so drunk, like I barely remember, and like I barely felt a thing.
That's crazy. I thought the rule of thumb was you're not supposed to get tattoos when your alcohol is in your system.
Yeah, you're not. That's why if you look closely, all of my tattoos look horrible. Like they feel terrible.
I feel like that's probably how every person with tattoos feels after a while, because like I feel like all of my tattoos, like, man, I got to get all of these redone.
Were yours professional though?
I think so. I mean, I went to an actual establishment, so I mean, I think maybe they were, but I don't know. I'm looking back at them and I'm like, shit, I don't know. You know,
Like
hope.
mine are so bad. Like they may look okay from far away, but if you look, like I've had like so many drunk people at parties. Like I'm like, "Hey, I have a tattoo gun," and they're like, "What? Do you want to give me a tattoo?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you have to tattoo something on my body." And like this arm, like most of them were done like by me, but some of them like this cross thing right here.
Yeah.
Like I had this like drunk dude like try to tattoo, and it started like ripping up my arm. I was like, "Bro."
Oh gosh. Wow, that's crazy. Like imagine that. Like I'm trying to imagine it, going to a party and what we're doing is tattooing each other. That's got to be the most lit party of all time.
They were
Everybody,
pretty crazy.
yeah, no, that sounds insane. So like what was the method though? Like did you tell them like just draw it with like a pen first, or was there something they had to do before they started putting needle to skin?
It was super easy. I had a rotary pen that just had like a simple like cord plug-in, and it's called a mass rotary pen. You can find that on Amazon. It's like $100. with dynamic tattoo ink, which is the best. So I would use the rotary pen. I would plug in the needle, everything, and just twist and pops right on. I would set the like vibration and everything, and get it all ready for them. And I would just tell them start drawing, and I wouldn't even give them an outline or anything. I'd be like, just think of something that comes to your mind. Like literally, I was that crazy.
I don't know. I feel like you have a low key tattoo business just budding right before your eyes right now.
I can't tattoo personally because like I'm a little shaky, like or I'm super shaky. Like as you can tell, I haven't stopped moving this whole time, and and my back hurts when you have to like lean over.
Yeah. I feel you on that. That's like anytime that you have a job where you got to bend over a little bit. It's just like after a few hours, just like, oh man, my back hurts. I used to cut hair, so I kind of
No
yeah.
way.
Back in the day though, like way back in the day, like probably high school days. I had like my own business out the garage, and I would just I would cut.
That's so lit.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. So, I have a little hidden talent of cutting hair, but it seems like you got a lot of hidden talents too that, I'm over here finding out about, a little bit about the tattooing. I know you say you can't tattoo, but you got something going on with the tattooing and drawing or whatnot. And then you mentioned music as well. What kind of like genre do you
So I do like, well, with the music that I create, it's more like dance music, stuff like that. Singing wise, I want to like I sing like different stuff, kind of more like if I want to sing like jazzy, I can. Maybe I have some country. I mean, I can yodel and stuff. So, I don't know. I've never made music with like yodeling because it's like very weird, like of incorporating that. So I wouldn't want to do that. So, yeah.
would you ever go to the middle of a Walmart and yodel like the yodeling boy?
I have been thinking about it so much, but I don't know if I want to humiliate myself that much.
No, you don't think that you would ever like go and set up a boom box or a speaker like in the middle of a pier somewhere and just do the street singing? Maybe not yodeling, but street singing.
I mean, I used to sing professionally. Like I used to perform at like venues and restaurants and stuff, but I stopped doing that since I have a lot of stage fright now when it comes to like singing. What's weird is like this job gives me like that separation that like I can feel comfortable being myself. I can feel like when I do video calls and stuff or when I make customs, I don't feel like so scared I'm gonna literally pee my pants. Like but when I like sing and go on stage, it's totally different. Like I shut down, like I'll like forget everything that I'm gonna say. It's insane. Like yeah.
I feel you on that. I mean, that's totally normal though, getting in front of people and they're all kind of judging you based off of the talent that there's so many others to like kind of compare to what you're doing. And it's just like all going through your mind all at once, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, hey, well, you got your thing going now. You're doing the foot modeling. You're feeling comfortable, and people are showing you love each and every day, and it's growing. It's been growing a lot ever since July. You said, right?
Yes, and I lost my Instagram though. I built up my Instagram so good. I think I was at like 30K and then I lost it and I've never lost an Instagram account. I know every girl who's in this community who's been doing it for so long. I know you lose your account, but like for the first time when you lose your account, you like I was so scared. I was like crying for like a few days. I thought that everything was gone. I thought I had to restart. Oh my god, it was so traumatizing. But luckily, this community is so cool. And everyone was like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe it! Like I found your account." And I'm like, "Oh my god, it was just so cool that everybody just came back and was like, "Hey, I got you. I'm gonna support you. Like I'm coming back to this Instagram. Restart. It's okay."
Well, now you're gonna have even more, of a place for people to come and find you. when they come and find the podcast and they see the podcast hitting the algorithms, you know, hopefully they'll go and check you out as well, because that's definitely the goal with the podcast, you know, is we want to reach as many people as possible. And, you know, hopefully they find Gambler Girl.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So how about we do a footmercial and then we'll come back and we will close out the podcast.
Perfect.
Once again, thank you to the live viewers and people watching right now. We appreciate you. And hey, man, POF Pod is making its way back. This is episode 112. And that's pretty exciting. It's been 9 months since we dropped an episode. So, you know, shout out to the Gambler Girl for getting our feet wet, pun intended, once again. And hey, so for everybody watching this right now, you know, if you haven't turned my voice down already, make sure you go to IG, follow GamblerGirl_OF, and then go on X, follow her on GamblerGirl69. That's GamblerGirl69, and give her a follow. And I'm pretty sure you can find all of those links that you're trying to search for on there, right, Gambler Girl?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm sure it will be pretty awesome. Well, Gambler Girl, I am super excited that I had the chance to have you on the podcast today. And, you know, for everybody watching right now, like I said, make sure you go and follow her on her IG X and, you know, search for those links. Those links are in the bios. And yeah, so Gambler Girl, is there anything that you would like to tell your fans and new fans before we get off the podcast today?
I just want to say I love you guys. You guys bring me so much joy in my life. And if it wasn't for you guys, literally, like, I would be so sad. Like, you guys are my friends. Like, I have no friends in real life, and you guys are my friends. So thank you guys for keeping me company as well and giving me all the love and support. I appreciate you guys so much.
Shout out to the Gambler Girl. Well, once again, Gambler Girl, we appreciate you so much for stopping by the POF Pod. Hopefully we can do it again in the future.
Definitely.
And before we get off, so stay there. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to holler at you after the live stream. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the first POF Pod back in 9 months. Stay tuned. And also, for all of you watching, I got a new segment coming soon that is not the POF Pod. I'm going to have 2 segments, POF Pod, and then also my new podcast, Foul Nacho Poetry. So stay tuned for that. So thank you once again, everybody, for watching. We will talk to you next time.
Coming to you live, hosted in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Plenty of Feet podcast, hosted by the one and only Daddy Goodz. Kick your toes up, baby, while we take over the metaverse. Umbrella, my Cruella, when I'm stepping back, I say it first. He got what you want, he got what you need. Daddy Goodz podcast, that's Plenty of Feet. Pull up to the studio before the get down. Throw your feet up, you need us, we in your set now. Holding it down cause we in demand, straight to the ceiling fan. Look at the OnlyFans, baby, we chasing, baby. Mama good said that she ready, you gonna regret it when you ain't a part of the day. Your toes up, baby, while we take